Recognition of facilitative role of L1. As we look through the research over the years, what we find evidence of that there is a gradual shift on emphasis on a more facilitative role for L1 in second language learning. So, in these more recent researches, we see that L1, that is the first language, is not seen as an entirely negative influence that is inhibiting second language learning. Rather, it is seen facilitative. So, especially if you look at the universal grammar concept, it emphasizes that all human beings have some sort of a language structure or grammar that they are born with. And the first language, this is what facilitates first language learning. And the first language parameter setting helps in the readjusting of the parameters when they are learning their second language. So in that case, L1 is a resource. So it's not a negative transfer, it is a resource, and learners actually try to use the structures of their first language, the resource of their first language, to learn the parameters of the second language. And then they use these parameters to develop hypotheses, to develop new assumptions about second language, and this formulating of the hypothesis is what L1 helps them with. Now, Hawkins would also say that L1 transfer, that is the first language transfer, is one of the processes at work which help with the second language learning. So it is a facilitative process that is at work. Similarly, it is also argued that second language is only approachable through the parameters of the first language. So it does not help to stop the learners from the use of the first language. Rather, they can use the first language to actually discuss, to actually use the second language and learn more about it. So Corder, we find, focuses on and emphasizes the facilitative role of the first language in the process of discovery of the second language. So whenever we are discussing about how things work, when you put the students together to do a task, when they use the first language to sort out their difficulties, in this process of discovery, what language are they using? So they have not completely mastered the second language. This is what they are learning as yet. It is the first language that is assisting them to discover the path to the second language, and then to stop the learners to use first language, and to inhibit them might not help them. So Corder also talks about the same thing, and he says that the second language is elaborated upon, discussed discovered with the help of the first language. Similarly, as we said before, you have Gundel and Teron, who argue that prior knowledge, any type of prior knowledge, always acts as a kind of a natural mechanism of reliance. So, first language also is a mechanism of reliance for the learners to understand or to make use of the second language learning. So it is a tool through which the learners use their agency to understand and to get engaged in the learning task.